With Triple H likely to never wrestle again and Pat McAfee addressing the rumors of a WrestleMania match against Vince McMahon, this is Wrestling Hub. My name is John. You're watching the Wrestling Report for February 28th. Despite rumors of a Royal Rumble return, Asuka would not show up during the pay-per-view. According to PW Insider, there are no plans for her creatively at this point. Nothing yet. The hope internally was for Asuka to return this month, but obviously there's been nothing for her creatively. Other than hearing from fans who spotted her in Los Angeles recently, we haven't heard anything additional on the Asuka front. We are excited to announce Manscaped launched their Ultra Premium Collection. It's time to leave up your hygiene routine with your favorite manly scent. This is an all-in-one skin and hair care kit for the everyday man and covers you from head to toe, literally. Manscaped is trusted below the waist, now trust them with the rest. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code WrestlingUp20. We all know how essential the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 is for that precise trim. Their advanced skin-safe technology reduces cuts to your most delicate areas, but now you can enhance your perfect grooming routine with their Ultra Premium Collection. This package includes Manscaped Premium Deodorant Dries Clear, is aluminum-free and smells like their signature scent. Hydrating Body Moisturizer designed to keep skin feeling clean, smooth, and smelling fresh. Body Wash to lather you up with their infused aloe vera and sea salt shower gel. 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner to clean your scalp with an easy one step, plus a free gift, a 3-pack set of lip balm that's made up with ingredients such as vitamin E, peppermint, and eucalyptus oil to keep those chappers feeling moist. That's 4 products plus a gift inside the Ultra Premium Collection. What a score! Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code WrestlingUp20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code WrestlingUp20 at manscaped.com. With him becoming WWE Champion at Elimination Chamber, Brock Lesnar will now face Roman Reigns in a title unification bout at WrestleMania. Dave Meltzer revealed on Wrestling Observer Radio that there will still be a champion for each brand following Mania. The deal here is that it is a unification match, and from what I am told, it's the same idea as the last time they unified the titles. Remember like 20 years ago, 18 years ago when they did, and then like a week later they just handed a belt to Triple H? I was told that it is not feasible in the modern environment to not have each brand, given the 2 networks, have a champion. So this will be a unification match, and then they will not forget about it, but there will be 2 champions. For last week's Dynamite, MJF cut a promo and revealed a vulnerable side, taking fans by surprise. Talking about this on his podcast, Jim Cornette heaped praise on the star for his ability, the emotion, and he was quivering, and he was kind of tearing up a little bit, and it's obviously, I actually have no idea if he made a lot of money getting money thrown at him, but there was a lot of real in this, and he was drawing on some of that. It is simply an example of Miz wouldn't have done this because Miz could not do this because it would have required him being somewhat real, and Miz is just like the celebrity type. For AEW Revolution, MJF and CM Punk are set to face off in a dog collar match on the 6th. With him having incredible matches with the likes of Kenny Omega and Adam Page in AEW, Bryan Danielson noted while speaking to Metro UK that he has hit his highest level since leaving WWE. The way I'm looking at it now is just going out and having as much fun as possible. Those are 2 totally different things, right? I still had fun doing it, obviously, but now there's a real intention of joy and really cherishing these next couple of years. I feel like I'm at the highest level that I've ever been in my wrestling career right now. Also, I'd be interested to see if Mox feels the same way, how clear his thinking is and all stuff. When speaking to Chris Van Vliet about her WWE career, Carmella revealed that The Miz has been a huge mentor for her. For me, I would honestly say The Miz. You know, whenever I have an issue or a problem, whether it be anything related to creative or with my character or something going on in a match, I go to him. And I try to, for me, if I could be the female Miz, like, that would be an amazing accomplishment, you know? They trust The Miz. They put him in any position, will shine no matter what, and he is not afraid to lean into his role as a bad guy. And I consider that the same for myself. myself. I like to really lean into my role, and anytime I have a problem or issue, whatever it is, I go to him. He's gonna be honest, sometimes brutally honest, but he always helps me out. With her serving as an on-screen official alongside Adam Pearce on Smackdown, Sonya Deville told WKBN that she hopes WWE sees the introduction of more LGBTQ characters. I mean, it's not something that I ever think about like that, right? It's always just like, yeah, I am who I am, and I'm a WWE superstar, but obviously I realize the effect and influence it has on other members of the LGBT community, and I love being a part of that. That change and that kind of power that I can give to them, like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it, and if I can be myself unapologetically, so can you. You should never be ashamed or afraid of who you are or who you love. You should simply just be. Just as you would have a male superstar on the phone with their wife in a backstage segment or interacting with another female, you just have two females or two males interacting, you know, or maybe I'm on the phone with my girlfriend while you're filming backstage, you know, something like that. That just allows the inclusivity to be there and not in a forced, inorganic way, kind of just how it is in life. Since becoming the tribal chief, Roman Reigns has been dominant and arrogant on screen. Speaking about his confidence on the mic, Mark Henry noted on Busted Open Radio that Roman is a lot like Shawn Michaels in this regard. Roman is at a level in his understanding of who he is that we genuinely have not seen since Shawn Michaels most likely. Michaels had all the ultimate confidence when he cut a promo. He was glib sometimes, but he was never very sinister with his promos. He wanted to embarrass you. He wanted to let you know his greatness. He is cutting promos at that level even the last 2 years. Roman Reigns has been a planet with his own gravitational pull, is what I say. Roman gave me a feeling of I'm in control of this. On the In the Click podcast, Drew McIntyre touched on the rumors of Cody Rhodes making his way to WWE, saying the star is unfinished business in the company. I have already read all the headlines like everybody else has online. I think maybe 20% of them actually happen. I hope he comes back. That would be awesome. I can know what it feels like to be gone from WWE, feeling like you should have achieved more, and coming back to do it, and just knowing him the way I do, he probably feels the same way about unfinished business. So if it materializes, then awesome. He's such a talent, and be more than welcome on the roster. Speaking of Cody Rhodes, Matt Hardy told Bleacher Report that it will be odd not having Rhodes in AEW. Cody's obviously one of the forefathers of AEW, him, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega. They were kind of the guys that were leading the charge as far as creating AEW, and they got with Tony Khan and he made things happen and made AEW a reality. It's going to be really interesting, and I wish Cody the best in whatever he ends up doing, but it's going to be very weird not having him around in AEW. I'm sure whatever he ends up doing, he'll kill it and be great at it. With the news of Steve Austin and Vince McMahon having matches at Mania, Ringside News asked about John Cena making a comeback at the event, as they reported that WWE is making huge plans for WrestleMania with Austin and McMahon returning to the ring. But what about John Cena? Fans won't be seeing him this year. We were told that Cena was discussed, as was everyone outside of religion and politics, but Cena was never a real possibility. While not everyone is a fan of Becky Lynch's work as a heel, Booker T took to his Hall of Fame podcast to praise the star for her extraordinary work. Just the hype as far as what Becky brings to the table, she doesn't just bring wrestling ability to the ring or anything like that. She brings an aura, an attitude, and I try to teach my young wrestlers that that's what it takes to be at the top in pro wrestling. There's always going to be really good wrestlers, but to be able to be well-rounded and know how to do anything, and more importantly than anything, to be able to captivate the crowd, I think that's most important. That's key in pro wrestling, and she does that very well. Preference is something for the fans. For me, when I look at it, I always look at it from the entertainer's perspective. Being able to go out there and make those fans love you, and then on a dime, being able to make them switch is something that's very, very uncanny. So for me, I like both sides. She did the babyface side very well, and she's doing the heel side extraordinary. Of course, Becky Lynch is set to face Bianca Belair at WrestleMania, where her Raw Women's title will be on the line. with many stars thinking The Undertaker should be the only Hall of Fame induction this year for WWE, WrestleVotes reported that this is unlikely to take place. Although the idea was in fact considered, I'm told The Undertaker will not be a solo inductee at this year's Hall of Fame. Source expects additional names will be announced soon, potentially starting tomorrow. Prior to making his return to WWE in 2016, Goldberg had left the company in 2004. Before this, he had a program with La Resistance in 03, as Rene Dupree noted on his podcast how the WCW legend separated his shoulder. Did you get out alive? Because I got a separated collarbone from working with Goldberg. What happened was, we did a backstage vignette with me, Rob, and Sly, and then Goldberg was the USA representative. And he grabbed our flag and we did 5 takes, and he hit me across the shoulder every time, right here where your collarbone connects. Seriously, he hit me so hard, like 3 or 4 times in a row, to where it actually detached my collarbone. I was living in Louisville. We had a team doctor there. We had to go get a cortisone shot. Cortisone, man. Long term, it does more harm than good, right? Because it just eats at your joints. Given the reports of Pat McAfee returning to in-ring action for a WrestleMania match against Vince McMahon, the man himself has now addressed these rumors, writing on Twitter, "You all seem to know a lot more about what I'm up to than me. I'm excited to see what happens at this point as well. WrestleMania chatter is wild right now. Just a reminder, if you think I'm going to be a part of something that isn't a banger, you're out of your damn mind." After suffering a cardiac event, Triple H would be sent home, with his NXT duties being taken up by Shawn Michaels. In this time, NXT has been rebranded as fans are upset thanks to the absence of the game. Now, Dave Meltzer has noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that he's unlikely to ever wrestle again. Triple H would be a terrible idea, as our situation is, he can't. I don't want to say never, because that's unfair. Maybe he can do something, but that would be a horrible idea for him, and that's not going to happen this year. There's no way. With fans wanting to know why Ricochet was featured so well last week, PW Insider responded saying, "He's slated as the number 2 singles babyface for the entire Smackdown brand internally, behind only Drew McIntyre. Before anyone asks, New Day as well as Shinsuke Nakamura are all listed as a part of tag teams internally." Following his departure from WWE in December and the birth of his child a month after, Johnny Gargano was taking bookings for appearances. He said he wanted to be a free agent for his wife and child, as well as being able to choose what he does for now. While Fightful reported he had conversations with someone in AEW not long ago, it remains to be seen if he joins. Recently, John Cena took to Twitter to acknowledge the Ukraine-Russia conflict, where he said if he could summon the powers of Peacemaker, this would be a great time to do so. Those on the platform criticized Cena for promoting his film, so here's some reactions. "I'm just saying there is never an appropriate moment to say this, especially now. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain this to you, but the power of Peacemaker is murdering people. A bit tone-deaf John Cena, please delete." This is from a conversation I'm in. Families have literally been blown to pieces in Ukraine. Meanwhile, Cena, I'm a comic book actor. If my character was real, I would stop it from happening. And this was your Pro Wrestling News Update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later.